results of the experiments from the other day are in. It's a disaster. That virus, it's the most vicious and dangerous thing I have ever seen. No matter what attempts I make, nothing can stop their activities. They multiply and devour and destroy everything. How can she still be alive while that monster lives within her? I feel that her blood holds the secret to that. Her blood is the only key to saving all of humanity. I cannot give up. There's nothing more I can do to stall it. One day, this virus will be brought to heel, and I will return to that place.
Professor Sartre said that Rosalia's blood was the only key. This key that Rosalia had that allowed her to live with the virus was... Yes, it was a glycoprotein called immunoglobulin. In other words, it was an antibody. The Rosalia virus is immensely powerful. The professor tried to extract the antibody in order to suppress and control its activity. That was a Pandora's box that should never have been opened. Rosalia's blood was too much of a danger to look into. Little guy, I need your help.
Oh, that's rare coming from you. What can I do?
I need to get to the bottom of these blue flowers.
Didn't we analyze those already?
What we know now may throw a new light on what we've looked at before.
All right, let's sort through our information again then.
Yes. Rosalia was found collapsed in the middle of these blue flowers.
That's right. We had a number of ideas about why that happened.
We thought that the killer might have moved the body before hypostasis set in. Another possibility was that Rosalia ran to the blue flowers herself.
Yes. Does any of that change with the information we've gained?
Indeed. One of those possibilities has already been ruled out.
Huh? Which one?
Don't you see? It's... Yes, it's impossible for the body to have been moved after death. The reason for that is... Right. The bullet found in the ground beneath Rosalia proves she was killed right there.
Hey, wait. Let me try arguing against you for once.
What's that?
Never mind. It's still possible she was killed elsewhere, right? She could have been killed somewhere else, then dragged here and shot in the chest to cover it up.
That's not possible. She was alive before she was shot in the chest. The proof of that is...
I can't mess around anymore. It's time to get serious.
Rosalia held up her hand to try to protect herself from the gunshot. This pattern of wounds could only happen if the victim was conscious at the time.
You're right. The student fails to defeat the master.
What do you keep muttering to yourself?
Nothing. Anyway, if that's the case, then that means that Rosalia ran to the blue flowers of her own free will. I wonder why.
I still don't have an answer for that. Yet. It might be a good idea to examine those flowers in detail once more. These blue flowers. I can't believe such a vibrant color exists in nature. I should send a picture of this to Little Guy and have him study it. There could be a reason for why Rosalia had collapsed here. Little Guy, I've collected some samples of the flowers.
Huh? Why?
I want to know why Rosalia collapsed there. There's no guarantee that it will help us, but there's a chance we might learn something useful.
Okay. It's worth a shot.
Good. Thanks for the help.
Yeah. Oh, what the?
What's the matter?
Oh, well, this flowers. It's Asclepius.
What are you talking about? The red flowers are the Asclepias. I want you to tell me about the blue flowers.
That's what I'm saying. These are Asclepius.
What are you saying? Asclepias doesn't have blue flowers.
Yes, there are no known breeds of blue Asclepias. But from the shape and the structure, this is an Asclepias blossom. This flower shouldn't exist.
What in the world is it then? Let's try sorting out the information we have. The blue flowers in the center of the field are Asclepias, just like the flowers surrounding them. Then why are the blue flowers only around Rosalia? The reason for this is most likely, I can't make any more rash decisions. I need to think cautiously. That's right. Those flowers must have become discolored for some reason. A probable cause of that is, I can't make any more rash decisions. I need to think cautiously. Indeed, Rosalia was shot through the heart. Rosalia would have lost a large amount of blood from that wound. That blood then seeped into the ground around her. This miraculous blood, containing both the divine and the demonic. The flowers around her body absorbed Rosalia's blood from the soil. That, in turn, caused the flowers to take on this unnatural blue hue. I don't want to believe it, but that's the conclusion that I have to arrive at. Yes, these allow us to finally figure everything out. It's no coincidence that Rosalia's body was surrounded by these blue flowers. They were normal red flowers until she died. When she died, her blood soaked into the ground. The Asclepias flowers absorbed her blood and changed color. Most likely what caused the color change in the flowers was, I can't make any more rash decisions. I need to think cautiously. That's right. The demon within Rosalia's veins lived on after her death, finding another viable host in the blue Asclepias flowers.
I can't believe it. How could such a thing...
It may be unbelievable, but it is the truth. The corpse itself is a testament to that.
Huh? The corpse?
Yes. Remember, Rosalia's corpse had turned completely into adipocere. Adipocere normally occurs when the bacteria that break down bodies do not multiply for some reason. This normally occurs when the corpse is stored in anaerobic conditions for long periods of time. But this is hardly an anaerobic location. The reason her body became adipocere was not due to environmental or weather conditions. It was because the virus within her continued to protect her body.
But even if the Blue Asclepius are harboring the Rosalia virus, how does that connect to the pandemic going on right now in America? It's impossible.
You're right. The Rosalia virus is only passed on via contact with the mucous membranes. Even if this entire field was filled with flowers holding the Rosalia virus, it wouldn't be able to cause the outbreak in Portland, over 3,000 kilometers away.
Then how?
There was a vector.
A vector?
Yes, some method of transmission that carried the virus from these flowers. This is how the virus spread to cause the infections in cities hundreds of miles away from here.
Huh? What?
Can't you tell? I can't make any more rash decisions. I need to think cautiously. That's right. The butterflies that led us here carry the virus. The monarchs are the vector for the Rosalia virus. This is how the Rosalia virus has spread.
Dr. Kimishima, can I bother you for a moment?
Yes, what is it?
You might not need this anymore, but I reconstructed another voice file.
Another one? I thought you'd said that you'd repaired them all.
Yes, this file was actually marked as having been deleted. It still existed in the memory, though, so I was able to reconstruct it.
I see. When is that recording from?
From looking at the date, it's right before Albert lost his sanity.
All right. Still, it's unusual for you to go and do something unnecessary like this.
Yeah, well, not sure how to put this. I felt this was something that I needed to pass on to you.
Okay, I'll try listening to it.
Please do. It'll be file Record 04.
I'm Rosalia. I live here with my daddy. My daddy is really nice and says a lot of nice things. Daddy's a great doctor. He says he's going to save everyone from diseases. He says I've got a poison and a cure in my body, and that the poison's really scary, but the cure is really amazing. That's why he's researching how to get that medicine out of me. If that medicine is made, I wonder if it'll heal everyone. And then I can make lots of friends and play with them. Daddy's really bothered right now because the research is difficult. But I think I'll be okay if I can stay here like this. I can't see my brother or my big sis, but Daddy's always here for me. He's always laughing. It's really funny. I think Daddy will be happy if he can get the medicine out of me. The exams hurt, but if Daddy's happy, I'll be okay. So I hope that Daddy's research comes true soon, and then everyone can be healed.
A father who wanted to end all disease, and a daughter who wanted nothing but his success. This is far too sad a conclusion to their stories. And yet, now I can see the truth behind everything that happened here. This. I see. I understand now. Let's put together the truth of what happened here. We came here to find an antiserum in Rosalia's blood. But what we found was that Rosalia had already been killed. I have in my hands the card stating what killed her. Yes, the
bullet's rifling matches that of Albert's gun. There's no doubt that Albert Sartre was her killer. 3 shots were fired. This card shows how it began. Correct. Albert pulled the gun from his desk and fired. He was aiming at his loving daughter, who stood at the door. However, he missed, and the bullet went through the glass. Whether this is due to hesitation or his condition is unknown. Rosalia fled the room, trying to escape. The blood on the glass shard is from her stepping on it. She ran in desperation, but this prevented her escape. That's right. Albert stood in the doorway and shot her. The bullet pierced Rosalia's leg and she collapsed. Albert caught up with the frightened girl as she lay there. And then... yes, he ended her life. But Albert didn't kill Rosalia because he wanted to. He truly loved Rosalia as he would his own daughter. But he had no choice but to kill her. This card shows the reason why. Albert had been infected with the Rosalia virus. However, this virus does more than infect the body. It eats away at the heart and soul, as in my other cases. Because Albert knew of the virus's threat all too well, in order to exterminate it, he killed his own child. And yet, ironically, he may have caused the exact opposite. The blood spilling from the gunshot wound in her chest provided the Rosalia virus with a new host. This is the true cause of the spreading infection. Yes, the blue Asclepias flowers around her body drew in Rosalia's blood and became a new host for death. And so, the mass infection began. A certain organism served as a vector for the virus. Monarch larvae store toxins of the plants that they ingest. The monarchs carrying the Rosalia virus migrated north, and as they went, they showered death in golden scales. This is the truth behind how the virus spread. Rosalia never. Neither did Albert. No one intended for it to end this way. One sought an end to all disease, and the other his success. But that was the beginning. The evil sealed in Rosalia gained wings and flew. That's what Rosalia's last word meant.
Beginning.
This is the whole truth, illuminated by the light of life. You must have suffered too. Let's end this.
No
Naomi, come quick! We got the equipment working!
All right, I'll be right.
Hey, Naomi? What's wrong?
It's nothing. Let's go.
It's not nothing. Let me take a... You...
As I said before, we don't have much time. We still have a job to do, and we must accomplish it.
Hey, wait! Hey!
How's it coming, Agent? Did you find anything?
We've got the power back on, as you can see. The rest's a pile of records, chemicals, and equipment. You?
It's all been solved. Albert Sartre killed Rosalia.
How sad. His effort to save the world is close to killing it.
Yes. He must have realized the virus couldn't be used. That is what caused this tragedy to strike.
So, did you find a countermeasure to the virus?
Yes. The virus's vector is the Monarchs. The scales they lose during migration are spreading it.
Don't tell me. The quarantine failed because...
The Monarch migration pattern extends from Mexico to Lake Erie. Even if the virus isn't airborne, it will still spread.
Damn it! What should we do then?
Naomi, I gathered as much as I could.
Flowers? What are you planning on doing?
I'll use antibody stabilizers to extract an antiserum.
You can do that?
Yes. Thankfully, this facility has the necessary equipment. I'll make the serum contain tripeptides in N-terminal order.
All right. Just tell me what to do to help you.
Of course. Let's get this over with as fast as we can.